Selvedge stitches by nature are ugly and they're nubby. And so when I'm knitting a scarf, something that's not going to be seamed, I frequently will do a selvage stitch treatment. And what that is that on the first stitch, you slip it purlwise. And then at the end of the row, you work that stitch. And what it does is it leaves this little like chain stitch. Now the chain, this hasn't been blocked yet, so it's not looking as good as it will when it's finished. But you can see that I've got this chain edge, and from this edge, it's neater. And it's just not as unattractive as those selvage stitches. Now, in this scarf, I have knit stitches and purl stitches where I'm going to be slipping the stitch. And I've got purl stitches here first. And if I'm going to be slipping the first stitch, I just insert my needle purlwise and I purl the next stitch. And I'm going to work to the end of this row. And I've done a video on the transition between the knits to the purls. But notice as I'm knitting that I'm bringing my yarn, I'm giving it just a little tighter yank when it's the first stitch, just so I don't get a ladder there. Sorry, got this yarn all wound up. And there we go. I've got 47 stitches on the scarf, so that's where I'm getting to. Oops. Again, just giving it a little extra tug. Now when I get to the other side, I want to make sure that regardless of what the stitch pattern is, I'm going to knit the last stitch in the row. Remember, I'm not going to be working the first stitch in the row, I'm going to be slipping it. But I want to knit regardless of whether it's purls or knits that stitch. And there's my last stitch. I'm going to knit it. Okay, not purl it. Okay, now you can see that now I've got some knit stitches going here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip it. But because I'm going to be knitting, I'm going to bring the yarn between those stitches to bring it to the back. And then I'm going to knit. And that's all you have to do. That's all there is to it. Okay?